Welcome back. Next we'll be looking at the button mappings page where we can assign different functions to the buttons. The button assignments will change from the default button assignments, this simple mode, when you start accessing the Wi-Fi in your web browser, or if you hold down button 5 while booting, it will put it right into using this button assignment you'll see on this page right here. We could also change the function of the external triggers channels A, B, C or D here as well, but we'll come back to that at another time. Up the top we have our battery, back, refresh and home buttons. We also have our update device and save to internal flash buttons. If we just want to temporarily update the device, so when we switch it off and then back on again, things are back to what they were before, we can just use update device. Or if you want to permanently save it, so when you switch it off and then back on again, your changes are there, you can hit save to internal flash. Now if we click under button 1, button function, we'll get a list up. It's a fairly long list of functions you can choose from. But if we click on none, that will just change the button 1 to be nothing at all and it won't do anything. Under that we have next color index, so when you're in solid color 1 you can just quickly change between the color indexes 1, 2 or 3 there, so you'll be able to just change between the 3 colors you have assigned to those indexes. Under that we have a pause and unpause functions, so if it's currently unpaused and you hit pause and it will just pause whatever it's doing, so if it's changing between your colors in flash mode or fade or smooth mode, or you've got scrolling or pulse enabled, it will just pause as it is, and then if you press the button again it'll unpause and it will carry on. We also have the EX trigger function, so if we just click on that you'll see under the profile or channel we can select an A, B, C or D there, and now when we press button 1 now after updating the device, of course, that will then trigger any paired devices on that channel. We also have a run profile, and if we just go back over to profile or channel, we can then select a profile under the list here. So then when we update the device, button 1 now will actually run the profile orange. Under that we also have our set modes, so we can have it set mode 1, which is solid color 1, set mode solid 2, 3 color, set mode flash, fade or smooths. We also have our next profile and previous profile functions, so we can swap between different profiles that is saved to the tube light, just like in simple mode. Our brightness up and down as well, just like in simple mode, we can have the brightness go up and down. And very last, we have our run quick profiles A, B or C. You'll set them up in your color program page, so when you've assigned profiles to the profile indexes A, B or C, you'll be able to actually trigger them through buttons instead of having to trigger them through the web page. If we just scroll down to the bottom here, we have external triggers channel A, B, C or D. When we have devices paired to each other and that other device triggers the channels A, B, C or D, we can have it actually run a function on this tube light just here. By default they're all set to on off toggle, but you can actually change them to do something slightly different. You could actually have it go to next color index, or you could have it run profile, or you could have it go brightness up down. You can select any of these options just here. Remember, you have to set the other device, its button functions, to be external triggers channel A, and then on the other device you would go down to external trigger channel A and then set its function for what it does when it is triggered. And that's where I'll just leave it for this page. I'll make a dedicated video on the pairing and remote triggering at a later date.